For this frames tutorial, we're going to do something a little bit different than taking photography ahead of time. For this one, we're truly going to get back to our animation roots, and we're going to be using Clipart or images. So in the frames program, they actually have a pretty good Clipart library in here already. So when you click library, we'll click on the Clipart, and I always use animals because it's fun to show you with animals, and I'll grab some farm animals. So I like this cow here, so I could double click it, I can hit the insert arrow, or I can even drag and drop it. When you put in an image, once you click on it, you'll notice you'll get the little green bars around him, which means you can resize. Also, if you click back on your options tab here, I can do some minor little things with it. I can rotate a little ways around, I can edit the appearance a little bit, and also I can do some animation to have them fly in. And you can see there it is there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make this cow move across the screen. So what I can do is, first thing, obviously my cow's not going to appear on the screen right away. I'm going to move him kind of off to the side right here. Now, don't forget you can put in as many images as you want. So I could put in a background scene, I could put multiple animals, but for this tutorial I'm just going to show you how to move things one cow at a time, I suppose. So right now I have one frame. That's not a movie, it's just a picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the duplicate button up here. When I do that, it gives me an exact copy of the previous frame. So these two are identical right now. Then we get into a little bit of animation talk. Here's an onion skin layer. When I click that, what that does is it kind of puts a little transparency paper on my two frames. Watch what happens when I move the cow now. I'm going to click on him and hold down my left mouse button and move him over. And now you can kind of see that cow underneath. That's actually the previous frame right here. I can't click on him. The reason why we have that is so when you move the cow, you know just to move it a little bit, because you don't want to jump across the screen, because when we play that movie it's going to look like he's teleporting across the screen. Then I'm going to just click so nothing else is selected, and I'm going to hit duplicate again. Then I'm going to grab that cow and I'm going to move him over a little bit, and you can see that onion skin layer again. The students pick this up really quick, and you'll find them, they suddenly just zoom across the screen, making cows super fast. So you can see I'm already up to 6 frames. I'm only going to do about 10 just to show you. But every time I just move that cow a little bit. Duplicate, duplicate, and done. Now when I play it, I turn the onion skin layer off just because I don't want to see previous frames. But let's see how this looks. So I'm going to hit rewind, and I'm going to hit play. And there's my cow walking across. Now, obviously it's very slow and choppy, and the reason is because the duration of each frame over here is 0.5 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my edit and select all my frames. And now I'm just going to go back to that duration slider, and I'm going to move that back down. Let's go all the way to 0.1 because I know it's going to go really fast. So if you look, there's not even a time up here because each one of these is 0.1 seconds. So it's not even a 1 second movie. So watch quick. There it is. That was my cow. So the smoother you move it, the better your animation is going to look. So you just move bit by bit. Now, you might accidentally hit duplicate when you're selected. Not a big deal. You just put another cow on there. You can just hit the delete button when something's selected, and that cow will be gone again. Now, don't think you're just stuck on the Clipart gallery, because sometimes the Clipart gallery just kind of gives you funny little clips. You can also go to your library. Instead of going to Clipart, if you move it down a little bit, you'll notice there's a pictures folder here. These will actually be the pictures that's on your hard drive. So you'll notice I have a dinosaur there, which I saved from Google Images some time ago, so I'm going to pop him in there. And then you would manipulate that picture the exact same way. The other option to do that is to go to your power button, the frames tab up here, and you can add image from a file, and then you'll choose whatever image you have in there. And then you'll just manipulate the exact same way I did that cow before. So you're not stuck with just Clipart gallery. Now the other thing I want to show you, I'm just going to go to frame and add a new blank frame, is you can actually draw in here. So now I'm thinking Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So if I drew images on here, you notice it kind of snaps up a little bit more clean into straight lines. I can draw my stick men or draw whatever it is I want on there. So I'm going to go back to my select tool. So now I can even click on this guy individually and move his parts individually as well. So if I want to animate this guy, I would just click and duplicate the same way I did the cow, and I'm going to grab his arm. And you'll notice something a little different on this one. Not only do I have the green box around here, but I also have these little purple dots. That just means I can click onto the edge of that and move that individual piece. So I can extend things, make him wave, things like that. So once again, I'm going to click on that onion skin layer because the smoother transition, the better, so you can see where he was previously. So I'm going to duplicate, and I'm going to click on his arm again. I'm going to grab that purple dot, move it down. Duplicate. And you can see the process. It's the exact same as the cow, except now I'm just manipulating one arm. So I'm just going to click back, and once again, you notice they all came in at 0.5 seconds. So instead of going to edit and select all frames, I can just click my mouse button and drag, and that will highlight those ones as well. I'm going to move them down to 0.5 seconds, or 0.1, and that's going to be super quick. So let's play from here. Boom, there it is. It was a quick little wave. Now, if I wanted to have images move together, I could always click and drag over my entire section. It's called scroll marquee. And what I can do is when I do a right click on here, it brings up a little menu. So I could lock that there so I can't move it. I can layer it, bring it to the front or back. Or I can even just do my copy and paste. I can duplicate just the guy. But for this, I want to go down to group. And what that does, it just makes him one whole object. And then I start making my movie from there. So make sure you check out the other tutorial because in there, I'm going to show you how to add text, how to add sound, and really get into editing your project.